Hey everybody, it's Alyssa
And Jessica, hello.
from Collins Hope, and we thought that we should come to you live today. I'm holding a turkey duck in my hand, and we're going to do. Jessica has a little duck with a book. We're going to talk about some Thanksgiving water safety tips, and I'll share why, and then we'll talk about some things, and then we're going to just talk about a couple things that Collins Hope is doing as we end this year of 2020. That's been a very challenging year for so many reasons, for so many, all of us. But we'll kick off first with talking about some Thanksgiving holiday week coming up, water safety tips. Every holiday week or weekend, I really do not like the aftermath of a holiday weekend from a water safety and drowning prevention perspective, because I read drowning reports, and Jessica reads them too, and our emails tend to be more full at the end of a holiday, whether it's a weekend or a week or even a day, where we see more drownings occurring around the holiday time. And that really, it makes sense because people are gathering, people are doing things a lot of times, especially during the hotter months. Holiday activities include pool parties and trips to the beach and trips to the lake and boating and things like that. And even though we're right now still in the midst of COVID pandemic, and people are probably going to be doing Thanksgiving differently than they have, I do think that water is still around us. Water is still going to be present regardless of whether you have a big group at your house, which hopefully you're not going to have a big group at your house, but whether you have a gathering or, the backyard pool is still there. And holiday things, whether it's cooking a turkey or whatever it is that you're going to be cooking, that's a distraction, and that could be something that would leave the space for a child to access the backyard pool, for example. Just the busy of the holidays, regardless of whether or not it's gatherings. So let's talk about a couple other things. Jessica, what are some other things that you can think of around the holidays where water might be more accessible or just something to pay attention to?
I think, a lot of times for the holidays, you're visiting somebody else's home, or you're visiting a hotel, or you're staying at a hotel. And for adults, it's really easy for us to think, oh, I've been here before, or, oh, obviously this is a hotel, I kind of know how to function. But for kids, it's a really new experience if they're younger and they're just starting to kind of grasp what it means to be at a hotel, or if they are visiting a family member or friend's house and they haven't been, especially this year, they haven't been very often or at all. Those are new experiences for a lot of kids. So it can be very exciting to just kind of venture out on your own. So I think that's something I try to be mindful of, especially around the holidays. If we're visiting or seeing someone new, there could be places with water that I just haven't thought of, or, for me are not exciting because I'm an adult, but for kids, it could be
Right.
very exciting to venture out.
Right. And that can be everything from obviously a backyard pool, or even, this year in Texas, we've seen 77 fatal child drownings this year in Texas. And we just crunched all the numbers. So we know that about a little bit more, 52.9% actually of those drownings occurred in pools, whether they're backyard pools, apartment pools, community pools. 29, I believe it's 29% occurred in open water. And of that open water, there were, I believe, hopefully I get this right, 10 ponds, which ponds can be anything from a retention pond that's in your neighborhood, whether you have like a little pond that people fish in, or even just a water retention pond or something. And they're typically
Or like a
unbarriered.
fountain feature. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, typically ponds it can be a landscaping water feature, but it's water. And it's something that I was actually on a bike ride the other day, and I look in people's backyards when I'm riding, because I look for pool fences and I look for water. I don't go in the backyard, but most of the time, but I look, and I saw in the backyard, this one backyard had this like really nice perimeter fence, but then they had this like retention pond in the backyard that wasn't barriered. So those are just things to be mindful of. And certainly if you're at your own home, you might be aware of them, but they're still accessible. But if you are traveling, if you're going anywhere, And something we like to tell parents and caregivers is if you get to your destination and you see those things, have a conversation about it with your child. Acknowledge that the water is there and set the rule that you don't go to the water. And I'm remembering right now our friends, the Segal family, and their daughter Lily is a non-fatal drowning survivor. And I know right now they're in Mexico. She's getting some stem cells, which are they're hoping is going to help in her recovery from the non-fatal drowning. But Lily drowned 2 years ago, and it was a post-Thanksgiving celebration at a family member's home. And she had been curious about that backyard pool the whole day. And ultimately in the evening somehow made it out there. And so it is something, that curiosity of kids is something we have to pay attention to. A thing I'm thinking of, because I live in a lake community, is boating around this holiday. And over this week, I know here in Texas, we're out of school for that entire week. So there's lots of time to fill, and the weather is going to be 80 today. So I imagine there's going to be folks getting out on their boats. So we talk about using and wearing properly fitted U.S. Coast Guard approved life jackets. And if you are getting to your boat, we say put these on in the parking lot before you even get to the dock. Put them on, make sure they still fit. Now's a good chance to test, see if they fit all the family members, but make sure that if you're on a boat, even if you're not planning to go swimming, that you have U.S. Coast Guard approved life jackets on. And for everybody on the boat, certainly we have laws around who has to wear them, but we like for on boats and in open water to wear life jackets. And again, U.S. Coast Guard approved life jackets. What about other things I can think of just that are holiday specific, just because there's a lot of time to fill, but also just people are still wanting to be outside, and fishing is something I've seen a lot of is people fishing. There's a couple of the lake, obviously, but a couple of ponds. And we encourage you wearing life jackets if you're standing on the edge of a pond fishing with a child, or to wear life jackets, because if you end up accidentally falling in, that's a good one. What else? Yeah. What else? I'm thinking of.
I would encourage people to, if they don't have one, to get a water safety card, to go to our colinshopestore.org. It's $1 per card, but you can pop this badge out and you can wear it, and really being mindful to assign water guardians, especially if you're going to be somewhere like a lake fishing, or you're going on a boat, or you're going to be somewhere that you're not really familiar with, or maybe you're cooking a big Thanksgiving dinner and you have a backyard pool, or you have some land that potentially has water. I would encourage anyone, if you don't have one, to order one now. We can easily put it in the mail. And it just really helps to have somebody who is the assigned water guardian, to make sure that there is somebody who is not distracted, who is really focused on watching those water areas, or being with kids if they're running around.
Yeah, and we'll challenge you to have one of the biggest things I'm realizing as we keep doing this work and keep talking to people is having the conversation with your family, with your kids, just about water safety. That conversation can turn into future conversations, can turn into regular conversations, and can also turn into really strong developments of behaviors that are safer around water. So, anyway, we just wanted to put it up in front of you as whatever it is that you're doing for the holiday. I think a lot of people are staying much closer to home and in much smaller groups, but that water is still there. The water in the bathtubs, the water in the toilets and the buckets and the backyard pools and the ponds and lakes, rivers, beaches, all of it. And so just remember, we're putting it right there in front of you. And so, okay, as we transition to the other things we wanted to talk about, just a few updates around, what is Collins Hope doing as we close out 2020. It's been a really challenging year. We have turned everything that we do normally in people in person, we do virtually, just like this. And we're going to continue to do that through the end of this year. We're probably going to continue doing it into 2021, but we've got some exciting things happening in this last month and a half of the year. And we'd love for you to get involved and support us. One of them, let's see, what order do we want to go in? Let's talk about Giving Tuesday first, Jessica, because that is coming, that's first. Tuesday, December 1st is Giving Tuesday.
That's right.
And that is worldwide, I think. Is it worldwide? Is it US? I don't know. It's a big day where typically nonprofits ask their supporters to give back to the nonprofits on Giving Tuesday. At Collins Hope, we do it backwards. We kind of like to flip it around, and we like to use Giving Tuesday as a chance to say thank you to those who support us year round. And in special ways, we always come up with, have a few surprises up our sleeve. It'll be a little different because we won't be in people's physical space surprising them, but we do have something that's really exciting. So Jessica, talk about our little contest.
Yeah, so this is, I'm really excited about this for Giving Tuesday. This year, as the entire world did, we went virtual for everything, and that means that we got curriculum. So we took everything that we normally do in person or that teachers can use in their classrooms or what have you. We made it all virtual. So this year for Giving Tuesday, we're launching a contest right now today that you can enter, and you can enter on behalf of yourself or an organization. But the idea is you tell us why water safety is important for your community and what community you want this virtual kit to go to, and we will pick a winner to receive a one virtual Water Safety with Colin and Friends curriculum kit. You can apply on behalf of yourself if you're a teacher, educator, you run a nonprofit organization. You can nominate someone, a kid's school. You can nominate someone to receive it. But the idea is we just want everyone to, if you're interested in water safety and you want some education in your classroom, tell us why, and you could be the winner of this kit.
Yeah, so that is, again, and this is our virtual, we teach, the we here, Alyssa and Jessica teach the lessons of Water Safety with Colin and Friends. So if you win this, it is literally a sort of a plug and play. I love that terminology, where if you're a teacher or work in a child care center or anywhere, an after school program, you can literally load it up, push play, and we will teach the water safety lessons. So it's awesome. So please apply. I mean, tell us why. Is it your school, your child's school, your camp, your whatever it is that your daycare center that you want to have it, and we will choose a winner. And I think we're going to choose the winner live. We're going to do one of these broadcasts at 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m. on Giving Tuesday.
Yep. Sorry. We just decided all of this morning. So I'm like, I think it's 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. on Giving Tuesday, which is December 2nd. That's 10 a.m. Central Time. We will go through what we have, and we may even involve those people watching live and helping us pick the winner. So that's exciting. Yeah. So look for that. And there's a link in the comments, I believe, to the form that you fill out. So that's exciting. And then the other thing we have that's next up after that is December 5th, which is Saturday, December 5th. So notice we have ducks. We have lots of ducks. Oh, wait, here, this was fun. Look at all these ducks. We have what, these are our golden ducks right here. Yeah. Okay. And then we have all these other awesome ducks. We both have the turkey duck just because it felt fitting. But this is the Collins Hope best duck race ever. And it's live streamed and virtual. And it is a fundraiser. So the golden ducks, if you sponsor, basically you sponsor ducks, we race your ducks. You watch live on our Facebook page. We're going to race them live from the Kalahari Resorts, the brand new Kalahari Resorts in Round Rock. And we're going to race them. The golden ducks are going to race down water slides, and the ducks in the main race, which who knows what duck you'll get, are going to race in the Lake River. And we've got prizes. All of the information's on our website. You can sponsor ducks. You can be an event sponsor, and you can be a prize sponsor. But get involved. The funds that we raise from this event are going to help keep our organization afloat, literally keep our organization afloat as we do this programming. We want it to be fun. We're going to come at you. Jessica's son, Alexander, who's 3, love it or not, he'll be wearing a duck suit for the event, which is awesome. Yes. And our partners at Kalahari Resorts, they just opened. It's the largest indoor water park, and they literally just opened 2 weeks ago or a week ago. And we are going to get to be there. So you'll get to see that because that's awesome. And you can watch live streamed. It'll be at Saturday, December 5th. 9 a.m. Central on our Facebook page. And again, the more sponsor ducks. And then we actually just came up with this. If your duck wins, so say you get the Statue of Liberty duck, which is awesome. If you win and your duck crosses the line, when we send you your prize, we're going to also send you your duck. So I think that's kind of fun. And who knows, you can request what duck you want. We can't always make sure that we do that, but it's going to be fun. We're just trying to add something fun as we close out this year. We got some really great prizes. Thrivent Financial just came on as a sponsor. Austin Regional Clinic came on as a sponsor, the Vreeland family. And then we've got some great prize sponsors, Kendra Scott, Kalahari Resorts. A couple of our amazing board members have donated prizes, 12 Fox Beer. Tell me what I'm missing. AirPods, we got a couple pair of AirPod Pros. I think we're going to have some gift certificates.
Texans ticket.
Oh yeah, the Houston Texans tickets for the 2021 season. Thanks to our board member, Justin, for donating those. And they come with a parking pass. And so it's simple. Sponsor ducks. You go on our website and do that. We race them. Hopefully you win prizes, and then it helps us prevent drowning. And then the last thing that we're going to talk about is, we've been talking about it on our social media a lot lately, but we're really excited, is we're about to release a brand new, amazing bilingual water safety book for young children. So a board book. The cardboard little one that's really the entry point for many of us. I know both of us, Jessica and I, are both parents, and I know we've spent lots of time when our kiddos were, yours is still little, but mine is not so little, but reading board books. And this is something in the water safety world that we feel like there's a gap for bilingual books for sure. And then the board book, which is again, that entry point. And, we just crunched all the numbers, and in Texas, see if I can get this right. So we've had 77 fatal child drownings, and almost 80%, I think it's 79.2% of those are 5 or under, age 5 or under. So this age group that would be reading this board book or being read to the board book is a huge target for us. And if we can reach them that young, we can prevent drownings. And so we're super excited. You can look into our social media from the past week, because we've been doing some live things around how the board book has come about, and it honors Collins Grammy Joyce, who's one of the co-founders of Collins Hope and who dreamt of this book, but she has since passed away. But we've been working, Jessica and I and our illustrator, Tammy Stanley, have been working really hard to get this thing out, and we're incredibly excited about it. And you can pre-order yours, and thank you to everybody who's already pre-ordered theirs. They're $10. You can pre-order yours at the Collins Hope store, so collinshopestore.org. And we hope to have them in hand by early January. We're going to try to do a social distancing book signing if that's possible in the early part of the year. But either way, this is something you can gift it to your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, anyone, any little person. Yeah, your schools, libraries. We're going to make some of them available, thanks to HEB Tournament of Champions for helping get this thing, providing a grant to help us get this off the ground. But this is super exciting, and we look forward. It's a first in a series, so we are doing a series of books that match up with the whole hand rules in our curriculum. So this one is Colin and Friends Wait for a Grown-Up, which is the first rule. So super excited about that. So we continue to do this work year-round, round the clock, as we work to prevent drownings and we work to educate parents, caregivers, and children. So again, Jessica, I don't know if you have anything else to say, but I'll finish up saying that as you enter into this Thanksgiving week, there's a lot of things that we have to be thankful and grateful for. We're very thankful for all of our supporters and those who work alongside us. And we want to ask you to please keep water safety on the front of your minds as you spend time with family and friends, because we don't want to see those drowning reports after the holiday. We don't want to see them ever, but we certainly don't want to see them after a holiday week or weekend. Want to close out with anything?
I think you wrapped it up really well. I think we close it out with the best day ever.
Yep, and the best duck race ever, and the best book ever, and the best everything ever. So yes, on 3, 1, 2, 3. Best day ever.